Hello everyone. It's me, the author, Surame. First off, I just want to express my gratitude for becoming a featured Plotagonist. That really made my day. I have always considered myself a writer by blood, and I have been writing constantly since I was very young. My teachers in elementary school, clear up into high school, would always notice how much I enjoyed just sitting there, just writing while the other kids colored in coloring books or drew silly pictures on the chalkboard. Everyone loved my writing then, even my parents. It was highly encouraged and I made it into the Young Authors Club by pure luck in 4th grade. I wrote a silly little book about a leprechaun. Those were some awesome days, especially tracing it all back to when my family purchased a Windows 98 computer. I remember writing stories about visiting my friends and going on vacations with them. I even wrote a fan fiction for the cat dog cartoon that was airing on Nickelodeon. That one always makes me laugh. Anyway, Plotagon has given me such a wonderful platform to stay inspired and to write so many things I wouldn't have otherwise written. My attention span is like that of a 5-year-old, and I'm a 26-year-old woman. I never got to go to school for writing or for drawing, which is my second passion. As I grew older, my parents pretty much told me that it was good for nothing more than hobby, and I would get nowhere in life with my drawings or stories. They encouraged me to go to school for veterinary science. I did well, but it wasn't what I wanted. But there was another underlying problem that would have hindered everything to begin with: my anxiety and my depression. I used to go out with my mom and my grandma to a karaoke bar every Friday. I began the tradition when I was still in middle school, but as I got old enough to drink, I began to turn to alcohol to medicate my severe social anxiety. It became a habit, and it made my depression worse. I stopped writing anything of substance, and at times I wouldn't write altogether. Drinking became a thing for me to overcome my emotional ups and downs, which I later found out was manic depression, or bipolar disorder. I ended up in the hospital many times as things got worse, and as my father and I fought more and more. I couldn't work or hold down a job because of my panic attacks, and my bipolar disorder made it difficult to accept criticism from anyone. If my boss at work would tell me I hadn't done my work fast enough, or well enough, I instantly thought I wasn't good enough, and then I needed to get out of there because I was afraid. I was genuinely afraid. It's how I realized that I'm afraid of people. It's gotten to the point in my life now where I don't really have a social life. I can't work, so I don't have a car, and my disability case has taken many years to fight with. I am still fighting. I began smoking and stopped after ending up in the hospital a few more times, and each time it was much more frightening. When you're serious about ending your life, it's one of the most frightening states of mind to be in. I am still here though, and I am getting so much help from wonderful people, and these people are becoming my friends. I got to a group every Tuesday to sit and learn how to keep a calm mind, and to learn to deal with difficulties in life that I otherwise couldn't handle. I'm doing much better now. I'm doing what I should. I'm taking my sessions with my group members seriously. My home life still hasn't improved, however. My dad is a very mean person, and although we don't fight so bad anymore, he still treats me as if he can stand my presence. Whether that is true or not, I don't know, but everyone sees it. Today was the worst one. My brother treated me as my father usually does, and it broke my heart. I felt like everyone was just caving in on me. I felt myself hitting that edge again. But then I opened my inbox and found a wicked awesome message from Plotagon, telling me I've been featured. I've never had anything I've done before thought of as cool or worthy of mention. But even though it may seem silly to be so humbled by this, I am. Because I'm just me, a silly 26-year-old woman who can't work and sits behind her desk all day, creating so many things, characters, and worlds inside her head to write about, drawing things too, as I feel inspired to. But yeah, I figured this would be a more interesting way to tell my story than simply writing it in a journal, never to post it anywhere, always being doubtful of myself as I often am. This community has inspired me so much. and I'm writing so many things that I can keep up with myself. So thank you, Plotagon, and the people who have made Plotagon work. A shout out to all of the awesome protagonists out there as well. All of you guys make my day better. And you're a constant inspiration to a silly girl behind the keyboard. Sorry for such a sad story, but I had a lot of things rolling around in my head that I wanted to say. Or in this case, right. I also apologize if any of the subject material in the video upset anyone in any way. There is a lot of deep stuff going on in my life, but we can all rise above these terrible things. Stuff will always get banned for a little while, but it's not the bad times you should count. Because after all, your track record for surviving bad days has been 100% so far. That's something to be proud of.